Negotiable. Yes, go ahead.
The discussion boundary can be changed, vary, depending on how both sides agree. And then they can push the boundary back and forth.
No, negotiable where I'm only talking about the promissory note. I'm talking about only promissory note, the payment.
Payment is, in that case, it can be changeable if you have some reason to discuss it.
So everybody else would like to elaborate a little bit. What's negotiable? This term, you will hear about that. You will hear about that. Negotiable. What's negotiable? Close enough, very close. Anybody know? Negotiable? That means the payment could be assigned. The payment could be transferred to anybody else. Understand? Here, see? Lender borrow, right? Here, lender borrow, right? So under this promissory note, borrow must pay certain money for, under the certain term to the lender, right? This is the basic format. This is the basic format, right? Negotiable means the lender can always transfer this payment to somebody else, and the borrower cannot resist it. Borrower cannot say no, as long as the term and the condition remain the same. Understand? So the rate cannot change, everything cannot change. The only one thing change, that is the payee. Payee, okay. Payor, payee, right? Payor usually is the borrower, right? Payee usually is the lender. Payee. So negotiable means everything remains the same, but only the payee change, and not necessarily as a permanent change. Could be one payment change, next payment go back to the original lender, as long as the lender provide the sufficient or legal notice give to the payroll. Say, next payment, I direct you pay to Mr. or Mrs. so-and-so. And number one, borrower cannot resist it. As long as borrower received sufficient notice and determined by this promissory note or by law. Number two, once the payment sent out to the third party, the payment is deemed as paid to the original lender. And if this assignment becomes permanent, then the original lender of the picture, right? So we have the name for this kind of situation. We say holder in due course. Holder in due course. Okay, that means who never received the promissory note, he or she is the holder. Okay. And this happens in the mortgage all the time. Happen in the mortgage business all the time. And your original lender was Bank of America, and for any reason just sold to any other company, any other bank, right? So this is called holder. Because once in a while, my former student or my client asked me, say, hey, I just received a notice from my bank, and I was told my payment been changed to another lender, and anything I need to do, I say, well, as long as you verify, you make a phone call to make sure this is real, then from the next payment on, then you just rail check to the new bank. That's all. So, as a borrower, you cannot resist it. You just follow up, as long as everything remains the same. All right. Another issue very similar to this. Of course, probably it does not happen.
So, yeah, for this case,
yes,
the lender can be selling your loan to another lender, right? The borrower can sell the borrower.
You mean the opposite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Usually not. Okay. he just point out another opposite issue, opposite situation. Say the lender does not change. The lender, say Bank of America, lender does not change. Can borrow transfer the loan to borrow to? Theoretically, yes, but must be get approved from the original lender, because the lender need to make sure the borrower to is capable, right? Capable to in the same financial ability to pay back. Yes, maybe. Okay.
Assuming.
This is called assuming, right? This is the terminology called assuming, assumption or assuming. But anyway, this is not the topic for today.
Usually only VA or FHA loan assumable. Also
Yes.
our conventional.
Yeah, in practice, right? In the practice, lender does not like your loan to be assumed by somebody else, because right now the rate is so low, right? There's no reason why to assume. I would say back to, I was not in the age, okay, man. Back to 1980s, so it's more than 30 years ago. And if you check online, you do the research, you found out during that period, for some reason, the interest rate was way high, sky high.